kind of a steep angle. We do want to get height because we want our parachutes to do stuff. Okay, we're encountering issues. Cut engines. Try to gain control back. Now that we're thrusting again, we're going the completely. There we go. All right, full thrust. We want to still be moving sideways. Oh gosh. Oof. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're totally fine. All right, let's try observing mystery goo. Do we get anything different? Flying at Kerbal. No, we don't. Okay. I forgot to put an antenna on this. Dang it. All right. Crew report. Oops. I cut off the electric charge. Not what I wanted to do. Flying over Kerbal grasslands. Okay, we're going to keep that. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and deploy the parachutes. Oof. Okay. So we're going to be coming in nice and gentle. Let's go observe the materials bay. What do we get? Stable flying at Kerbal. Okay, nope. We don't want to do that. We're going to have to land before we get biome data. If our speed with the parachutes is too low, we will, of course, engage the engine with what little fuel we have left. Otherwise, we'll be bringing the fuel back for more money return. Okay, yeah. We're definitely going to be able to land safely and gently. Thanks to these parachutes. Yeah, look, we're going to be dropping under 6 meters per second by the time we reach the ground. We're out here in the grasslands. This is perfect. It worked perfectly. It was a bit scary. He's not a pilot, so he's not 100% trained to do this, but you know, he knows enough about rockets in order to work it. Okay, and we're going to fall over. Don't break. Okay. We're fine. It's going to make getting out a bit tougher, but that's okay. We'll manage. We observed the goo at grasslands. That's cool. Okay. Materials bay. We're going to keep at grasslands. Okay. Why can we not? We have like no control. I want to roll, but it will not let me roll. So let's go ahead and crew report would override. Okay. We don't want to override. I wonder what would happen if I just ever so gently gave thrust. Nope, it's just ripping us apart. If I try EVAing, hatch is obstructed. Okay, well, we fell in the wrong direction, but that's okay. We did collect some science, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and recover. 53 science, excellent. Okay, funds, we got that. Bill gained his experience point. That is great. But more importantly, we've got a bunch of science to spend. So we don't have enough to go straight for aviation. But we could, if we wanted to, go for one of these. We could get a flight control system. That way anyone can fly. We could go for basic science, which will unlock a battery pack. We could go for flight control. That's a good one. Stability. Choices. I really want to go for the aviation stuff. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I think I don't have enough, so okay, it's just there. So I really want to go for the aviation. So we need 10 more science. We just need to collect 10 science from somewhere. I'm going to get that 10 science. I'm going to come in here. And we're going to upgrade our rocket. What are rockets Mark 1.1? We are going to put a communicatron. 9 million. We're going to put this right up here like so. We're going to put some basic fins around here like that for some assisted stability. And we're going to upgrade this 1.2. Going to save the design change. And this time, instead of taking Bill's gotten his point of experience, we're going to go ahead and send Jeb out because we need him to fly until we can get the SAS module for someone else. And we're going to head out into the water. And we're going to do some science in the water. The reason I'm bringing the antenna is because you want to be able to transmit your crew report so that you can then do another crew report after you land. That is the plan. Okay. We want to be able to see this. We want to throttle up. And we're going to go ahead and take off. We're going to SAS on. And we're going to turn slightly and head out over the water. We don't want to turn too much. We have the stability fins, which should help. We have Jeb flying, which should help. We want to get nice and high up so that we're flying over the ocean. We have some air buffering effects. Oh yeah, this is a perfect launch. Everything is going smoothly. Go ahead and slow down our speed. We achieved some distance. That's great. All right, so Mystery Goo, what's it like up here? It still counts as flying over Kerman. Okay, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and take a crew report. Flying over the Kerbal waters is great. Let's keep that data. We're going to turn off the SAS and we're going to deploy our parachutes, which should flip us around like crazy. We've achieved an altitude record. We passed 11.5 kilometers. That is great. Okay, we're going to, my mistake, we're going to, oh my gosh, this menu. Review the report. We're going to transmit it back. So we extend our communicatron. We transmit it back. 3.5 science has been added. Excellent. Okay. We retract the communicatron. We're coming in for a landing. World first distance record. That's great. So we're setting a distance record. We set an altitude record. We got pretty high. We could see the curvature of the planet. Jebediah has a brilliant view of nothing outside of his window. Because of the way he's sitting. He's actually sitting with his back towards the ground. So the window, he's like sitting here and then his legs are up here. So the window's like above his head. So when he looks out, he only sees up. So he can't actually enjoy the landscape view. But that makes the most sense because when you take off, you want to be pushed back into your chair. You don't want to be pushed down because then all the blood rushes out of your head. Just fun fact, fun science fact. That's why you launch upwards. So we're coming in. Hopefully it will be a nice, easy splashdown. And on splashdown, I need to make sure that we flop this way into the water. So I'm going to be using up some of our electric charge with Jeb to have him push it over in that direction. Because that way, when we splash down, he will be able to climb out and take some samples of the water and all of that fun stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and accelerate a bit. Our parachutes should be opening fully. Whoosh. And slow us down. Yes, okay, we're fine. We're coming in. We're at a good speed. Man, watching the water move and like the very slight camera sway from the parachutes wiggling around, it adds something to the game, I'm telling you. Just like the really subtle camera effects are really adding to the game. Okay, so we're splashing down. Push us over that way. Nothing was broken. Nothing was damaged. Excellent. Okay, so let's take another crew report from Kerbal waters. That's great. Let's go ahead and observe the materials bay. From Kerbal waters. That's great. Keep the data. Observe the mystery goo. Goo escapes into the water. Excellent. We've got it, so we might as well take it. I mean, it's not going to give us a whole lot. We'll keep it. Okay, let's go ahead and do an EVA report. So if he lets go, he's standing on it. So what does this count as? As Kerbal's water. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Nope. We're going to keep the data. Then we're going to go ahead and grab and board. And we're going to recover. So we're not going to get full money back because we're not at the space center. But we're going to get a lot back. We got 20 science, more than enough. We have plenty of money. He didn't gain any XP because it was a flight he's already done before. He's already flown a rocket here, so that's fine. Let us go for... Okay. I know I said I wanted to go for aviation because I wanted to fly out and do science at biomes, but I don't necessarily... Now that I've thought about it, I don't necessarily think that is a super smart idea. I think maybe going up and doing a suborbital flight would be the best. And for a suborbital flight, I think... I don't know. I honestly don't know. High altitude flying. Yeah, this just goes straight into all of the advanced aerodynamics stuff. All of the big planes and stuff like that. This goes into probes and all of the science tech. And this goes up into fuel tanks, rocketry, etc. Metamaterials adds the hub connector point. Specialized construction, there's the... yeah, okay. I mean, eventually we're going to try to unlock everything. I'm just trying to think what we need first. We have a radial decoupler. We unlock that here. So we don't necessarily... we don't have to... we can... let's just save points, okay? I'm hesitating, so I want to say let's save the points. I think we should go for escape the atmosphere. Administration says we legally cannot call ourselves a space program without actually going to space. I think we should just attempt to leave the atmosphere, which means we just need to get up to 70,000 meters. So we're going to accept the contract, and we're going to attempt a space launch. An actual go to space mission. So we're going to go ahead, completely new rocket. Command pod. We're obviously going to want to do science while we're out there. So I'm going to bring the science thing. Now, because we're going to space, we're going to have to worry about re-entry. So I'm going to be bringing a service module. And then under all of that, I'll put my heat shield. So this will be what comes back into space. And so I'll put my parachute on the top, and I'll put my 2 radial parachutes on the sides, and that should hopefully be good enough for that. Let's go ahead and open the material bay, the service bay here. In the service bay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put just a 1 mystery goo container. Try to get it as centered as possible. It doesn't have a lot of mass, does it? No, barely any mass. And I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 communicatron in here. I know it's just purely aesthetics, but I want my communicatron to... nope, wrong thing. I want it to, when it extends, to actually like poke out of the... yeah, like that. So I'm going to open the doors and extend the thing, blah, blah, blah. It's going to look fancy. So, when I'm up in space, we need fuel for space, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slap 3 fuel on here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the swivel engine. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put our basic fins for additional stability. Let's see here. I also want to do radial decouplers. And... jeez, no, okay, we're not going to need this. Let's not do 4 radial decouplers. Let's do 2 radial decouplers. And let's go ahead and put hammers on them. And then the fins, we're going to move so that they're 4... oops. They're 4 like that instead of being under the thrusters. So, we'll boost up, drop them, main engine, and hopefully this will be enough for us to go straight up into space. So we're going to call this Space Attempt 1. And obviously we're sending our best pilot, Jebediah, up there. Alright, so launch, drop them, that rocket, drop it all, survive. Got it, okay. Let's attempt this. We're finally going to space. It's episode 2, and we're finally going to space. Let's see here. So I want to have my throttle up, ready to go for when I need it. SAS is going to be on. Let's go ahead and keep our resources open. Let's go ahead and have stage only on so that we only see the fuel that is necessary for us. Let's just go for it. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Violent explosion. Steam goes everywhere off the launch pad. as we rocket up. Our solid fuel is climbing. We're having some atmospheric effects as we push on through. We drop them, and we fire the rocket to keep us on our upward journey as we try to head towards the mythical 70 kilometers up. Who knows if we're going to make it. Probably not going to make it with what I've brought, but we can sure as heck try. So we're shooting on up. I'm going to go ahead and increase our speed. We're getting some atmospheric whooshes flying by. We're at about half fuel as we keep on going. Half fuel and we're only a quarter of the way there, but our speed is drastically increasing. We're getting some heating effects. As we rocket on up, we're passing 1,000 meters per second in speed. 30 kilometers up. And we're out of fuel. The map says we are definitely going to hit space. So all we have to do is wait for our velocity to carry us up, our momentum to carry us up, that is. 50,000 meters. We gotta wait for us to actually hit space. I suppose we could have dropped this if we want to, but we're gonna carry it up. You know, it's got our momentum attached to it, and then we'll bam. We're in space technically now. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop this. Boosh, give us an extra boost of speed from the effects. We're gonna go ahead and open this up. We're gonna go ahead and observe the mystery goo. The mystery goo has come into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. Let's keep that data. Observe the materials bay. The microgravity has greatly affected the growth of crystalline structures. Loose objects are also flying around the bay in a very messy but fascinating way. Excellent. Let's go ahead and take a crew report. It seems we're very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. I think EVA is not required because we don't have actual airtight spacesuits. But we are enjoying our trip, basically. So I can go ahead and review this crew report we did. And I'm going to go ahead and transmit it back down to the surface. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. That way I can take another crew report after landing. Okay, we've retracted it. We're going to close our material bay. We are still moving upwards. We are very, very much going deep, deep into space. So I drastically overestimated how much we'd need to get to space. So I'm going to go ahead and time warp. Yoop. And now we're coming back down. And we're going to be hitting the atmosphere. Yeah, so we're setting a distance record because the planet literally is rotating out from under us. Our mission, it's only been 7, quote-unquote, 7 minutes. Kerbal time. We're dropping back into the atmosphere. Okay, there we go. We're hitting the atmosphere. The ablator heat shield is active. Oh, we're rolling. We don't want to roll. 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 Okay. We're breaking through. Oh, the G-forces are nulling out. We're pulling the parachutes. Whew. Man, that is so scary now. Like, it's terrifying. When everything just, like, bursts into flames and you start tumbling out of control as you enter the atmosphere. Jeez, okay, we got 3. Okay, parachutes are totally fine. If I do a crew report from here, flying over Kerbal grasslands. Okay, I doubt we're gonna get another crew report in, but it was good that we managed to transmit ours back just in case something were to happen to us. I like the details on here. Pack parachute here, chute lock, danger science stuff. You can see there's just a bunch of like glowy lights and stuff in there. All right, so let's go ahead and fast forward time as we coming down in the grasslands. Hopefully the altitude of the grassland. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say the altitude of the grasslands probably pretty high up. So the chutes should deploy early. Yeah, look at that. Less than 4 meters per second. This is even lighter than our previous rocket. With our cool service bay here that we can open and close. And we've got our ablative heat shield, which took no damage, even though we came back in at an extremely high velocity because our orbit went up pretty dang high. But we're totally fine. Okay, crew report landed at grasslands. There we go. That's a good one to keep. Let's go ahead and keep that data. thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more videos, consider subscribing to the channel. You'll get a new video from me pretty much every day of the week. If you want to support me even more, check out my Patreon page. Link in the description.